Okay, so here I've got my mixture of ink and vegetable oil, and I've got my magnet. However, I'm not getting the shapes that were shown in the video, the spiky shapes. Though what I'm guessing is that either the magnet isn't strong enough or the ink is not the particular um, it's not made of, it doesn't have enough particles of iron in it to become magnetized. However, I can see, which is kind of cool, the ink is beading a little bit in there because of the oil, the carrier fluid. But what's supposed to happen is the ink is supposed to um, create, from the magnetic field, is supposed to it almost looks like in the video it's being somewhat repelled by it. It's shooting up, it's not sucking in. So I'm not really sure how that works, um, but the reason why if this did work is because ink actually has iron, which can be manipulated by a magnet. And so once in what it's actually called is a ferrofluid, which it contained very small particles of iron in a liquid. Obviously, ink is a liquid, and so the magnetic field is put on it, it has a response. The fluid has an overall magnetic response to it, but it does need to be put into a carrier fluid as well, which is what the vegetable oil was supposed to be. And so the particles in the ferrofluids, they're dispersed in the liquid, so I think that's kind of why I can see tiny beading. The particles of the ferrofluid are being dispersed by it. And so it's actually because they're so small, they're almost tiny, tiny solid metal particles, which is what the iron is. I don't know, but you can see there is a separation, which I did mix it up before I tried to make it work. So this solution is actually called paramagnetic, which is something we learned about in one of the chapters. That some complex ions are paramagnetic and some are not. So I did find a couple other cool facts that paper bills are actually printed with a paramagnetic ink because they contain iron in them. So if you have a strong enough magnet, you can actually get the paper bill to stick to it. Another thing is that ferrofluids were created by NASA, by scientists, and they can also because of their properties, they can also, their special properties, they can be used with application and the way they react to a magnetic field allows them to be used as seals, lubricants, and there's probably a lot of other things that they can be used too. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. And unfortunately, I just wasn't able to get the ink and the magnet to have that magnetic reaction like it should have.